Hi, this is Chris Bloodstrom with The Growth Guarantee, and we are going to be going over personal development for nerds. In many ways, I myself am a nerd, which is probably why I understand this topic pretty thoroughly. We are learning about the idea of experience points and how that relates to leveling up in personal development in real life. So experience points are XP or EXP. They are all ideas in video games, especially where you have a character that grows over time. Now, what tends to happen is you have a little status bar, and as you do things in the game, that status bar starts to level up. When you do things, it gives you a certain number of experience points, but as you grow experience points, you do not get any better, right? There are no significant changes to what your character is able to do. So the only time you start to see some kind of a change is as we go here, as we go here, as we go here. Next thing you know, if you're level 2, you hit here and you move over to level 3. Now, most of the time, what really happens is you do not get any significant ability boost when this happens. You can get like a marginal increase in your stats or abilities, but what you're overall able to do when this happens is not very different in most scenarios. However, let's say that you do a really, really big level jump or a really significant level jump where you go from, again, this is arbitrary, but let's say you go from level 9 to level 10. All of a sudden, level 10 unlocks a series of new abilities, a series of new skills that you can now use that you weren't able to use before. And those kind of jumps in overall ability or jumps in level allow you to progress through the game in a way that you weren't able to before. So how does this even remotely apply to real life? Well, let's say that you want to get better at marketing, and all of a sudden you pick up a marketing book. As you read through this book, as you go page by page, chances are you are not able to significantly increase what you can do in marketing. What tends to happen is that you are just making a little bit of progress every page as you read, but nothing really changes in your overall abilities. However, you read more pages, you get through a chapter, and all of a sudden you level up. But let's say that you're going from level 2 to level 3, level 5 to level 6, okay? Maybe your abilities are overall a little bit better, but nothing significant changes, just like in the video games. However, all of a sudden, you get through a chapter that answers a question that you were really trying to understand about marketing, okay? Or all of a sudden, you finish the book and you have a better understanding of marketing overall. This would be some form of significant jump where maybe you're going from level 9 to level 10. Now, all of a sudden, you unlock a new ability, persuasion. Yay! Did I spell that right? Yay! Now you can do better persuasion. All right? And that's kind of like how it works out. Now, like your ability to market with persuasion, now your ability to market and unlock emotional intelligence so that you understand what your people need more. That's the idea of going through this. And now all of a sudden you're applying the concepts that you've learned in this book and you're actually doing things. Now you're starting to level up in a significant way where all of a sudden, next thing you know, you become fairly competent at marketing overall. And that's kind of what we're talking about when we're looking at leveling up. Making progress or doing things that give you a tiny bit of experience, it doesn't change your overall abilities. You're still the same you. You still have the same capabilities that you had before. But all of a sudden, you start making these kind of significant jumps as these opportunities are presented to you. Now you're making really significant progress, and like as you improve and as you continue to gain experience, and especially like legitimate experience, your level gets higher and higher, more abilities unlock, and you can hopefully progress easier through the game. And that is personal development for nerds, Part 1. In overall personal development, this is actually something that we run into called the latency period, which means that you have made progress, but really nothing that you can like put your finger on and say, this is where I've gotten better, right? The improvements might have been small, the improvements might have been, very marginal, but they're still there. And if you keep up with it, eventually they will turn into something where you're like, I really see how I've grown here. But one of the reasons that people can get so discouraged is that latency period will kind of push people away. Like, I've been doing so much work, but I haven't seen anything for it.